Hello friends, good evening. Today we'll discuss about the Income Tax Act 2025 also, that how this Income Tax Act 2025 is going to impact our daily life, and this is the month of July 2026, and that is the assessment year 26-27. Return filing has been already started, and if you have any query and doubt, and if you want to file your return, please let us know. We will file your return on time. On with it, we have 1 month time, so that if you are individual and you have salary, business income, capital gain, head income, other sources income, any doubt on any other income, how you are going to reflect that income in your return, we will help you out. And making we are also helping out in the computation preparations and all other details also. So here we are going to discuss about what the income tax act 2025 says. Short title, extent and a commencement. This act may be called the Income Tax Act 2025, and it extends to whole India, save as otherwise provided in this act itself come into force on 1st April 2026. In this context, or unless the context otherwise requires, accounts have the meaning assigned to it. Say in section 5 to 5.53 clause D, additional commissioner means the person appointed to be the additional commissioner of income tax under section 237 subsection 1. Additional director means a person appointed to be the additional director of the income tax act 2000 under section 237 subsection 1. Advance tax means the advance tax payable as per chapter 19 C. Agricultural income means any rent or revenue derived from the land which is situated in India and used for agriculture purposes. Any income derived from such land by agriculture, performance by a cultivator or receiver of rent in kind of any process or employed by the cultivator or receiver of the rent in kind, or to render the produce raised or received by him fit to be taken to the market. The sale by the cultivator or receiver of rent in kind of the produce raised or received by him, in respect of which no process has been performed other than a process of the nature described in item number 2. Any income derived from building owned and occupied by the receiver of the rent, or revenue of any such land, or occupied by the cultivator of the receiver of rent in kind of any such land which with respect to which or the produce of which any process mentioned in subclause B 2 and 3 is carried on, where such building is on or in immediate vicinity of such land, and that land is assessed to land revenue in India, or is subject to the local rate assessed or collected by the officer of the government as such, or where the land is not assessed to the land revenue or subject to the local rate, it is not situated in any area as is specified in clause 22 clause 3 or A and or B, and is required as a dwelling house or as a short storehouse or other outbuilding by the receiver of the rent or revenue, or the cultivator or the receiver of the rent in kind by reason of his connected with the land. Any income derived from the sapling or seedling grounds in the nursery, but shall not include income derived from any building land referred to in subsection plus C, arising from the use of such building or land of any purpose of the business profession other than agriculture, and falling under clause A or B. And any income arising from the transfer of any land referred to in clause 22 sub clause 3 A or B. Amalgamation in relation to a company means the merger of one or more companies with another company, or demerger of two or more companies from one company, which show merge being referred to as a amalgamated company, or companies and the company with which they merge, or which is formed as a result of such merger being referred to as amalgamated company, in such manner that all the property of the amalgamated company or the companies immediately before the amalgamation becomes the property of the amalgamated company by virtue of amalgamation. All the liability of the amalgamated company or the companies immediately before the amalgamation becomes the liability of the amalgamated company by virtue of amalgamation. Shareholders holding not less than 3/4 in the value of the shares in the amalgamated company or companies other than the shares are already held therein immediately before the amalgamation by or by nominee for amalgamated company or its subsidiary becomes a shareholders of the amalgamated company by virtue of the amalgamation. otherwise than as a result of acquisition of property of one company by another company pursuant to purchase of such property by the other company, or as a result of distribution of such property to other company after the winding of the first mentioned company. Annual value in relation to any property means its annual value as determined under section 21. Appellate tribunal means the appellate tribunal constituted under section 361. Approved gratuity fund means the gratuity fund which is approved and continue to be approved by the approving authority as per part B of the schedule 11. Approved superannuation fund means the superannuation funds or any other part of the superannuation fund. Approving authority for part B is also of schedule 11. SSC means a person by whom any tax or in the sum of money is payable under this act, and includes every person in respect of whom any proceeding under this has been taken for the assessment of his income or loss sustained by him or refund due to him, for the assessment of income of any other person in respect of which he is assessable, or loss sustained by such other person or refund due to such other person. Every person who is deemed to be the SSC under this act. Every person who is deemed to be an SC deferred under this act. Assessing officer means assistant commissioner, deputy commissioner, or assistant director, deputy director of the income tax officer who is vested with the relevant jurisdiction by virtue of direction or orders issued under section 241 subsection 1 subsection 2 subsection 3 or any other provision of this act. The additional commissioner, additional director, joint commissioner or joint director who is directed under section 241 subsection 5 clause B to exercise or perform all or any other power and function conferred on or assigned to a SIM officer under this act. Assessment includes reassessment or recomputation. Assistant commissioner means a person appointed to be an assistant commissioner of the income tax or deputy commissioner of income tax under section 237 subsection 1. Assistant director means a person appointed to be the assistant director of the income tax or deputy director of income tax under section 237 subsection 1. Average rate of income tax means the rate arrived at by dividing the amount of income tax calculated and total income by such total income. Block of assets means group of assets falling within a class of assets comprising of tangible assets being building, machinery, plant of furniture. Intangible assets means being know-how, patent, copyright, trademarks, licenses, franchises, or any other business or commercial rights of similar nature not being goodwill of business or profession, in respect of which the same percentage of depreciation is prescribed. Board means the Central Board of Directors is constituted under Central Board of Revenue Act 1963. Books or books of accounts includes ledger, day book, cash books, account books, other books whether kept in written form, in electronic or in digital form, or cloud based storage, or on any electromagnetic data storage device such as floppy disk, tab, portable data storage device, external hard disk drives, or memory cards. As a printout of the data stored in the electronic or digital form or on storage data mentioned in clause B. Business includes any trade, commerce, manufacture, or any other adventure or concern in the nature of trade, commerce, manufacture. Business trust means the trust registered as an structured investment for a trust under the Security Exchange Board of India Infrastructure Investment Trust Regulation 2014 made under the Security and Exchange Board of India 1992. Real Estate Investment Trust under the Securities and Exchange Board of India Real Estate Investment Trust Regulation 2014 made under the Security and Exchange Board of India 1992. Capital asset means property of any kind held by the SEC whether or not connected with any business or profession, any security held by the foreign institutional investors which has invested in such securities in accordance with the regulation made under the Security and Exchange Board of India 1992. An investment fund is specified in section 224 subsection 10 clause A, which has invested such security in accordance with the provisions of regulation made under the Securities and Exchange Board of India 1982 or under the International Financial Service Center Authority in 2019. Any unit linked insurance policy to which the exemption under Schedule 2 doesn't apply but does not include Any stock in trade other than securities referred to in sub clause B. Consumable stores, raw materials held for business purpose, business or profession. Personal effects, agricultural land in India not being land situated, and but doesn't include what is the meaning is in that capital assets. Any stock in trade other than securities referred to in sub clause B. Consumable stores, raw materials held for business profession. Personal effects, agricultural land in India not being a land situated in any area comprised within the jurisdiction of the municipality, whether or not municipal corporation not notified area committee or town area committee or town committee or any other name or cantonment board which has a population of not less than 10,000 in any area within the distance is specified in column C of the following table, measured aerially from the local limits of the of any municipality or cantonment board referred to in the item A, and having population is referred to in column B of the sad table. Population of the municipality or cantonment board more than 10,000 up to 1 lakh 2 kilometers within the distance measured aerially from local limits of any municipality or cantonment board not being more than 2 kilometers, more than 1 lakh or up to 10 lakhs with 6 kilometers, more than 10 lakh 8 kilometers. Gold deposit bonds issued under the gold deposit schemes 1999 or gold deposit certificate issued under the gold monetization scheme 2014 as being notified by the central government. And for institutional investors shall have the same meaning assigned to section 210 subsection C clause A. Personal effect means any movable property including the wearing apparel, furniture held for personal use by the SC or any other family member dependent on him, but excludes jewelry which includes ornaments made of gold, silver, platinum or any other precious metals or any other alloy of such precious metals with or without the precious or semi precious stones, whether or not worked or same in any wearing apparel, precious or semi-precious stones, whether or not set in any furniture or utensils or other articles or worked or same into any wearing apparels. Archaeological collections, drawings, paintings or sculptures, any other artwork. Population shall have the same meaning population according to which the last prescribed preceding census of which the relevant figure had been published before the first day of the tax year. Property includes any rights or in relation to the Indian company, including the rights of the management or control or any other rights. Securities shall have the same meaning assigned to it in section 2H of the Securities Contracts Regulation 2007, Regulation Act 1956. Charitable purpose means includes relief of the poor, education, yoga, medical relief, preservation of environments including watershed, forest and wildlife, preservation of monuments or places or objects of artistic or holistic interest, advancement of any other object of general public utility. Chief Commissioner means a person appointed to be the Chief Commissioner of the Income Tax or Director General of the Income Tax or the Principal Commissioner of the Income Tax or Principal Director General of the Income Tax Act 237 subsection 1. Child in relation to the individual includes stepchild and an adopted child of that individual. Commissioner means a person appointed to the Commissioner of Income Tax or Director of the Income Tax or Principal Commissioner of Income Tax or Principal Director of Income Tax 237 subsection 1. Commissioner of Appeal means person appointed to be the Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals under section 237 subsection 1. Company means any Indian company, any body corporate incorporated by or under the law of the country outside India, any institution, association by a body which is or was accessible or was assessed as a company under the Income Tax Act 1961 as it stood immediately before its repeal by this act herein referred to as Income Tax Act 1961. Any institutions or association or body whether incorporated or not, and whether Indian or non-Indian, which is declared by the order of the board to the company for such period as is specified in such declaration. Company in which the public are substantially interested means company owned by the government or Reserve Bank of India, and which at least 40% of the shares of the company are held individually collected by the government or Reserve Bank of Reserve Bank of India, or a corporation owned by that bank. Company which is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. Company having no share capital, or if having regard to its objects, natures and composition of its members and other relevant consideration, the board by the order declared it to be such company for the period is specified in the declaration, or mutual benefit of finance company, that is to say a company which carries on its principal business or business of the acceptance of deposits from its member, which is declared by the central government under section 406 of the Companies Act 2013 to be the Nidhi or mutual benefit society. Company wherein the shares, excluding those entitled to the fixed rates of dividend with or without a further right to participate in profit, carrying not less than 50% of the voting power, has been unconditionally allotted to or required by or were beneficially held throughout the relevant tax year by one or more cooperative societies. Company which is not a private company is defined in Companies Act 2013, and either of the following condition is fulfilled: shares in the company not being the shares entitled to fixed rate of dividend with or without a further right to participate in profit, where as on the last day of the relevant tax year listed in the recognized stock exchange in India as per the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956, and any rules made thereunder. Shares in the company not being those entitled to fixed rate of dividend with or without for the right to a participate in profits, carrying not less than 50% of the voting power, have been unconditionally allotted to or required by and were beneficially held throughout the relevant tax year by the government, corporation established by the central or state government, provincial act, any company to which such clause applies, or any subsidiary company of such company, if the entire shares or capital of the subsidiary company has been held by the parent company or its nominee throughout the tax year. So, however, that in respect of the Indian company whose business consists mainly of the construction of the ships, or the manufacture or position of the goods, or mining, in the generation of distribution of electricity, or in the form of power expression, not less than 50% shall be read as if the expression not less than 40% has been substituted. Convertible foreign exchange means foreign exchange which is treated by the Reserve Bank of India is convertible foreign exchange for the purpose of foreign exchange management 1999, and any rules made thereunder, or any other corresponding laws. Cooperative banks shall have the same meaning as defined in Part V of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Cooperative society, a cooperative society means a cooperative society registered under the Cooperative Society Act 1912, or multi-state cooperative society Act 2002, or any other law for the timing in force, or the state of union territory of the registration of cooperative societies. Currency shall have the same meaning assigned to section 2H of the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Demerged company means some company whose undertaking is transferred pursuant to demerger to a resulting company. Demerger in relation to the company means a transfer pursuant to schemes of arrangements under section 232 to 232 of the company's undertaking to any resulting company in such manner that all the property of the undertaking be transferred by the demerged company immediately before the demerger becomes the property of the resulting company by virtue of the demerger. All the liabilities relatable to the undertaking be transferred by the demerged company immediately before the demerger becomes the liability of the resulting company by virtue of demerger. Property and liability of the undertaking being transferred by the demerged company at transfer date, values appearing in its books of accounts immediately before the demerger, except in compliance to the Indian accounting standards specified in Annexure to Companies Indian Accounting Standard Rules 2015 made under the Companies Act 2013. The resulting company issues in consideration of the demerger its shares to the shareholders of the demerged company on a proportionate basis, except where resulting company itself is a shareholder of the demerged company. The shareholding does not less than 3/4 in value of the shares in demerged company, other than shares already held therein immediately before the demerger, or by the nominee for resulting company or subsidiary becomes the shareholders of the resulting company or the company by virtue of the demerger or otherwise than as a result of acquisition of the property or the assets of the demerged company or any undertaking thereof by the resulting company. Transfer of the undertaking is on a going concern basis, and demerger is as per the condition if any notified under section 116 subsection 7 by the central government. Undertaking shall include any part of undertaking or unit or division of undertaking business activity taken as a whole, but does not include individual assets or liability or any other combination thereof, not constituting a business activity. Liability is relatable to undertaking referred to in some clause shall mean liability which arises out of the activity or operation of the undertaking is specific loans, borrowings, including debentures raised, incurred, or and utilized solely for the activity or operation of the undertaking. The amount N being the amount of general multipurpose borrowings of the undertaking is computed below in cases other than those referred to in item A or B. N is equal to K into L divided by M, where K amount the general multipurpose borrowings of the demerged company, the bill L is equal to value of the assets transferred to the demerger and the M is equal to total value of the asset of the demerged company immediately before the demerger. Any changes in value of the assets constituents consequent to their revaluation shall be ignored for determining the value of the property referred to in clause C. Splitting or reconstruction of any authority of the body constituted or established under Central Act, State Act or Provincial Act or local authority or public sector company into separate authority bodies or local authorities or companies as the case may be shall be deemed to be the demerger if it fulfills such condition as the central government may by notification specify. The reconstitution or splitting of a company which ceased to be the public sector company as a result of the demerger of its shares by the central government to the separate company shall be the deemed to be the demerger if it has been made to give effect to any condition attached to the said transfer of shares and also fulfill such other condition as the central government by notification specify. Reconstruction or splitting up of the public sector company into the separate company shall be deemed to be the demerger if it has been made to the transfer any assets of demerged company to the resulting company and the resulting company in public sector company or to on the appointed date by day indicated in such scheme approved by the central government, state or any other body authorized under companies in 2013 or any other applicable laws governing such public sector companies fulfill such other condition as the central government by notification specified this behalf. Deputy Commissioner means a person appointed to be the Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax Act 2027. Deputy Director means a person appointed to be the Deputy Director of the Income Tax Act 2037 to 237. Director means director and manager in relation to the company shall have the same meaning assigned to respectively assigned to section 230, 234 and 53 of the Companies Act 2013. Director General or Director means the person appointed to be the Director General of the Income Tax or Director of the Income Tax under section 237 subsection 1 and includes a Principal Director General or Principal Director or any as a additional director or joint director or deputy director or an assistant director. Dividend means dividend includes any distribution of the company or accumulated profits whether capitalized or not. In such distribution entails the release by the company or to its shareholders of all or any part of the asset of the company. Any distribution to its shareholders by the company of the debenture stocks, deposit certificate in any form without interest, and any distribution to its preference shareholders shares of by way of bonus to the extent to which the company possesses accumulated profit whether capitalized or not. Thank you. This video we have discussed 10 pages of the Income Tax Act 2025 and we will continuously go into this discussion of Income Tax Act 2025 shortly, and we will come back with the detailed analysis of the same Income Tax 2025. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video to family and friends. For more updates, stay tuned to our channel. Thank you.